What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the YONERD podcast, a podcast where we talk about nerd culture news, share our opinions, and debate on pretty much anything. I'm Jase.
I'm Zion.
I'm Noah.
All right, y'all. Thunderbolts came out this past weekend at the time that we're recording this. If you haven't seen Thunderbolts, go watch it because I thought it was a really good movie. I thought it was a very, what's the word? I thought it was good, a lot better than what Marvel has been. And we'll give our spoiler-free thoughts first. So, which one of you guys wants to start off?
This movie is really good. I prematurely put it in my list before the end credit scene even ended. But I think I'm going to keep it around there. I think I have it at like 12 or 13. I'm trying to decide between that and Doctor Strange. But it's
Doctor
a really
Strange
good
high on your list?
Yeah.
Like the first one?
Yeah, it's at like 13.
I haven't added it to my list yet. Actually, I haven't added
You should.
Thunderbolts to my list.
It's a really good movie. It's probably the fourth best movie since Endgame.
I feel like it's higher than that. No,
because No Way Home was after Endgame, right?
Yeah, No Way Home obviously is.
Shang-Chi and Wakanda Forever.
I think this might be better than Shang-Chi, honestly.
That's interesting.
I like Shang-Chi. I was a really big fan of that movie, but I like the Thunderbolts a lot.
I got
you. I mean, yeah, spoiler-free thoughts for me. I thought it was amazing. I thought that it told a lot more of a story than past MCU movies have, especially recent ones where I feel like a lot of it's just kind of thrown together with some action. But speaking of action, the action in this movie was amazing. I liked every one of the characters. There wasn't a character that I thought wasn't, that I thought a lot of the characters were fleshed out and a lot more than what we've seen in the past, minus one character, which we'll get to, but
I got you. Yeah. I also thought it was a really strong movie. It was great walking out of the theater and being like, I really enjoyed that movie, especially again with the state of Marvel. And everyone talks about it. We're tired of kind of talking about the state of Marvel, the state of things. We all know at this point. But strong movie. I think it was a little bit different than what I expected character-wise. But I think as I've sat with the movie, we saw it maybe 2 days ago now. So as I've processed it, sat with the movie, I've really appreciated that it felt a little small. It felt more small scale than I went into it expecting. But I think it works in that favor. And like they said, great action, great visuals, fantastic performances, truly, in this movie. I think Florence Pugh as Yelena in this movie solidified herself as being capable of being one of the leads in the MCU moving forward. So that's all I'll share for spoiler free, but I definitely recommend it. Go see the movie if you haven't. And
100%.
At this point, we're going to get into some spoilers. So go away if you haven't seen the movie. Come back to this video and we'll break everything down real quick. But we're going to get into the recap and then we'll share our thoughts. So a lot happens in this movie. I'm just going to try to get through this as quickly as possible. So the movie kind of starts with Yelena Belova being really depressed, really empty, feeling like her life is without meaning, just going from mission to mission as she works for it's Valentina. What's her full name?
Just Val.
We'll call her Val.
But yeah,
we know
Valentina
who we're talking
Allegra de something. I don't know.
De Fontaine. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So she's going and working for her kind of like as an assassin. She visits her father, Alexei, who she hasn't seen in a year. Find out Alexei's a limo driver now. Kind of his life is a whole mess at this point, but lots of comedy, very funny. Val is being impeached by the government as the head of the CIA. So she's trying to cover up all of her dirty deeds, and that includes her assassins that she has on payroll. So Yelena, U.S. agent, Ghost, Taskmaster. So she sets them all up to go and kill each other and destroy the evidence. Poor Taskmaster.
Yeah, we need to spend some time on this for a second. Because I said that all of the characters were flushed out except for one. of course, Taskmaster. I I don't know why they keep doing Taskmaster dirty, because it
Mm.
started in Black Widow. I was so
Mhm.
excited to see Taskmaster in Black Widow, and coming into Thunderbolts, I was like, oh my gosh, we're finally gonna get to see like the real Taskmaster, and like she was fighting. I was like, oh, this is sick, and then she just gets popped. She gets one shotted
Yeah,
by Ghost,
that was tough.
and I was like, oh, surely she's not dead. Like whatever. They only address it like one time, and everyone just moves on. Like nobody cares.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this something that they're gonna do? Like, are they gonna bring back Taskmaster in a different way, or is it
I'm
just over?
guessing if they did, it would be the comics accurate version.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
Because I mean, there was a lot of backlash to begin with all the changes they made to Taskmaster
Hmm.
anyway. So I'm sure what they're trying to do is, make room for it to be the actual comics accurate version of the character
Yeah,
moving forward. But either way, they did. I get it. If you don't like that version, it's fine. But I felt bad. I was like, dang, that to be done so dirty like that. That's tough.
you know what it made me think of? It made me think of it made me think of Rose from Star Wars Episode 8, and then when they she came back in 9, and they just completely
Dude,
got rid of her character.
that girl had 15 seconds.
Oh man,
That's tough. So
yeah,
yeah, so Taskmaster doesn't make it out of that fight before they all realize, oh, we're actually we all work for the same person. This is a setup. So they escape, and in the process, they free a guy named Bob, who we find out is part of this secret project called the Sentry Project, and it's a program that Val was part of that was trying to create a new superhero to be able to protect the Earth in the wake of the Avengers not being around anymore. Um, so Bob distracts the government and all the agents there while the team escapes and gets picked up by Red Guardian. Val finds out that the Sentry Project worked. So she now has a superhero that she's trying to turn into this image and try to clear her name with. Like, look at what I'm doing. I'm doing all this good for the earth, everything like that. Um, Sentry, of course, becomes kind of messed up. So, oh, wait. I'm sorry. Let me go back. Bucky tracks down the Thunderbolts. Essentially, he's like, all right, we got to all go stop Val. So they go to New York, try to stop Val and Sentry. Sentry beats them senseless. And we're going to talk about Sentry later. We're going to get there. But probably the most OP superhero I've seen in a long, long time.
yeah, that was crazy.
Craziness. So of course, Sentry turns on Val, starts getting a little he has a little bit of a power trip, but it's okay. They built in a kill switch. Sentry's gone, or so they thought. He turns into the Void, and the Void is this alternate persona of him that starts engulfing the people of New York, the entire city. And what happens when you enter the Void is you replay your most traumatic memories. And so Yelena enters the void with her new team. They help Bob, and it becomes this powerful metaphor for depression and community and mental health. They allow Bob to be free of the void, and he doesn't have his sentry powers at the moment. And before they can arrest Val after they save the day, Val announces that this team is the new Avengers. And that ends the movie, minus the post-credit scenes where we find out that Sam Wilson essentially pulls a Drake and he's suing Bucky and this new team for the Avengers name. And they find out that there's a ship entering Earth's atmosphere and it has the Fantastic Four logo on it. Probably a spoiler for the Fantastic Four movie, but again, we'll get to that later. So that is Thunderbolts. Um, that was a lot to explain, so thanks for sticking with that, guys. What did you think about this movie, especially where Marvel has been? What are some things that stood out to you?
Honestly, it felt like I was saying earlier, it felt like a cohesive story. It wasn't just a bunch of action, it wasn't just a bunch of characters, a bunch of cameos, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like a story was being told not just with one person but through multiple people. Like
Mm-hmm.
especially you were saying community. like these people are not supposed to be working together. And I know that's the whole
Mhm.
point of the movie, but it is cool that they did work together and hero um helped another hero out, you know.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it felt like there was actually some meaning to the movie where there hasn't been a lot of meaning to, I feel like, these other movies.
This movie was like so refreshing as a Marvel fan. I still haven't seen Captain America, which is sad. Have you seen it, Zion?
I was a little more broke than I am now when that movie came out, so I didn't get a chance. But I'm waiting for
But like
Disney Plus. I'm
this
excited to
brought
see.
a that br- this brought me back to being like a actual like Marvel. Like I'm excited to see more Marvel movies now, to see more
Yeah,
Marvel shows. My Marvel excitement level was completely out before this movie. I couldn't care less that I didn't watch Captain America. I don't care.
I mean, you're not missing much, so yeah, it's okay. It's
But
yeah.
I saw a TikTok and it was like just when we thought Marvel was done, here they go again making us care about like these C-list characters. And it's
Nah,
like that's
literally
what Marvel's
though.
doing, bro. Like they're at their
yeah,
best when they get a bunch of weirdos that none of us care about and they make like a great movie. And it was just so refreshing. Hilarious movie. Probably one of the funniest movies
Oh yeah,
I've
easily.
seen in the past couple years. Like,
yeah,
dude, Red Guardian and John Walker, bro. Nah, bro,
This
they
is easily
carried.
easily one of the funniest MCU movies. It's
yeah,
like up there with like Ragnarok and Ant-Man.
Yeah, dude, John Walker in that first scene, like, on your left, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, he hit him with the on your left. That was
Oh,
hilarious.
dude, I was
Nah, that was
crying.
disrespectful. That
Oh,
was
it's so funny.
disrespectful.
You got
I
disrespected
was
the whole
dying.
movie, bro.
Nah,
Uh,
even when that oh, I feel so bad for saying this, but I laughed so hard when that little girl got like vaporized. Oh
that
my
was
god.
cold. I was like,
That was so
oh my.
unexpected. I don't know why I laughed. That was so funny. And then of course every scene Red Guardian was in was
He's
hilarious.
so good, bro.
He's so funny. Like, man, there were so many good jokes with him. Just every scene was on it. I love the end too, like Avengers with a Z. I
Oh, dude,
was
so
Oh
funny.
my
cracking
god.
up.
Do
I
you
was
think he like improvs a lot of this? Like I feel like I feel like a lot of it's
he has
improv
to. He has
because
to.
it's too funny. It's too natural. It's
Yeah.
so funny, man.
Yeah. David Harbour, shout out.
Yeah, shout out David
Shout out
Harbour.
He
Hopper,
killed it.
bro.
Killed it.
Stranger Things 5. Is Stranger Things 5 this year? Like, or is it 2026?
I have no clue.
I
It probably is 2026. I don't even know.
probably with the state of I mean, they're essentially probably gonna make 15 movies. So it takes a while.
Yeah.
Um I really I know I said it during the recap, but Yelena was probably the highlight of the movie for me. I mean, this kind of felt like Black Widow 2 in a sense.
A little
And I
bit.
think that's why when we walked out of the theater, I was like, there was something weird for me about the movie. And I don't think it's actually a problem. I just wasn't expecting it at first. This movie for me felt like it's, of course, an ensemble film. All the characters, they all, for the most part, get something to do. But really, at the core of it is Yelena and her growth and her storyline, which I love because, number one, great performance. I
Yeah.
mean,
Phenomenal.
Yelena's funny, dramatic. And in this, for the first time, you really got to see her as a leader and as someone who genuinely cares about people. Like,
Yeah.
yes, she's a Black Widow master assassin, but like she's sitting down and talking to Bob as he's like, nah, just leave me behind here. Like, it's fine, and she's sitting down and like caring for this individual that she just met and trying to save his life, and walking into the void. It was just like you saw so many dimensions of her character. And I love that because just like what you said, Noah, it's like that's what Marvel does so well. Takes these characters that you don't really know too much about, small comics history, like whatever, and you care about them so much to where I could see Yelena being one of the leaders moving forward of
Yeah.
the whole cinematic universe. So it was really cool to see her arc in this movie.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I thought Yelena was really good. You think she was your favorite character?
Favorite just in terms of the story, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who my favorite character is. It's hard. Who's your favorite?
Honestly, my favorite was John Walker. John Walker was
Really?
so good. John Walker was so good.
My favorite part with John Walker was Bob just met him, and who knows how long Bob's been in this program, right? He's like, "You were supposed to be Captain America?" And he starts
Yeah.
laughing. He's like, "What are you laughing?" He's like, "You're an a-hole."
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, yeah,
Honestly, Bob was
that's
so good. We
Bob
need
was
to we
great.
need to talk about Sentry for a second because I don't know the actor's name. Do you guys know the actor's name?
I don't. I can find out real quick.
But his performance was amazing.
He was amazing.
He played his part so well.
Lewis
Like,
Pullman. Lewis
yeah,
Pullman.
Lewis Pullman. Shout out him because he played his part amazing. Like the anxiety whole, like the way that he
Hmm.
talked, the way that he looked, like it was amazing. And then
Yeah.
even like you could tell that he was still sort of anxious while having some more confidence when he got his powers. It
Hmm.
was he played his part really well, I thought.
Yeah. Noah is are you taking Superman or Sentry? As the biggest Superman fan here.
Live action?
Just
No,
sure.
live action.
This version of
Sentry.
Sentry that we got.
Sentry.
Wow. Dude, the amount of powers that he has, I'm like, that's
Nah,
I
it's
terrifying.
don't know
actually
what his
crazy.
powers are at this point.
It was crazy when he melted the what did he melt? He melted like a gun or something.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm like,
what? How do
dude,
you do it?
what are your
That was
powers, dog?
insane. Yeah. That was
You
crazy.
got flight, super strength,
Super
telekinesis,
speed, telekinesis.
super speed,
He has the
can
force.
change matter.
Like, bro,
He was
I
like,
don't know who it was
boom.
or how they survived, but when he hit someone with the island, like the countertop, bro,
Oh.
Oh
he just
yeah,
pulled it out of the ground and hit him with him so hard.
yeah.
Also, that scene, bro, how it ends and they just all just run back to the elevator.
It's just like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, they ran back because he didn't even want to hurt him. Like he wasn't even
Yeah.
trying. Like, bro.
Nah, he did Bucky
Also,
dirty though. he
what
did Bucky dirty. He pimp slapped him with his own arm, dog.
Bucky's always getting his arm ripped off, shot off. I don't, bro. Bucky needs a different arm. He needs an arm that's unremovable and
But
Iron Man blasted it off. Like we
if you
gotta,
can't
we gotta
remove it though, how are you gonna put it in the dishwasher to clean it?
right, exactly.
I
Ain't
mean,
gonna
come
put it in the
on,
dishwasher.
come on.
That's you're trying to raise up Mel.
I'm like, dude, how do you have so much swag and you just told this girl that you're like 90 years old or like older than that? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was a little sus. I'm not gonna lie, Bucky, but it's fine. It's fine. We're not gonna talk about it. Nah, but
Now,
I like Bucky overall.
you think Bucky worked in this movie?
I think it worked to a point. Like it was in the when he first saved the Thunderbolts, like we saw in the preview, like that scene in the movie was dope.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, after that I felt like it was a little bit much. Like I don't know if they really needed him that much, but that's just me. I don't know what y'all think.
It felt like Yelena was the leader, but Bucky was kind of like right behind her, almost like teaching
Mm,
her what to do.
I see.
You know, it was like, okay, Yelena's the one that should be the leader, and he realizes that, but also I'm here to like actually to tell you what to do when you
Right,
need to
yeah.
know. I
Young
felt like
Justice
Bucky
vibes.
didn't have, yeah, a little bit. I felt like Bucky was okay in the movie. U.S. Agent was great. Red Guardian was great. I also felt like they gave Ghost the least.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
She
She
was
didn't really
great
do
in the
much.
movie.
She was
I
good,
felt
but she just
like,
didn't have a character very much.
yeah, I wanted a little more for her. Like even just one scene of something in her life. I get we got a lot of it in Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I don't know. Give her a little bit more. goal or agency or anything like that, because it
We
kind of
didn't
just
see
felt
what
like
she
she was
saw in
like,
the void, did we? Or did we see what she saw in the void?
Mm-mm.
mm,
Yeah, I think that would have been good because we saw everybody else. Or no, I guess we didn't see Bucky either or Red
yeah,
Guardian, so we only saw like two people. Never mind. But we saw obviously Yelena and we saw John Walker. I think it was cool to see
mhm,
that side of John Walker. That's where it's like we got to see like his frustration, his rage. That's why he's killing
mhm.
people in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
And then I think the only other character besides like Val's assistant Mel was her
Yeah,
name,
Mel.
which she was cool. I think wasn't too much there. I was kind of like, why are you still working for this girl? She's
I
Val's
know.
telling her
Yeah,
like good girl. I'm like, if someone told me good boy, I'm like, I quit.
Yeah.
yeah.
Bye, But how'd you guys feel about Val? Because I kind of felt like this movie actually made Val less intimidating than
Oh,
times
100%. I was
past
gonna
when
say
we've
the
seen
same
her.
thing. I was gonna say the same thing. Like from in what other movie was she in? What other movie was she in with
Wakanda
Ross?
Forever.
Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that's what I thought. She was like on it. She was like so confident, so
Mhm.
what you said, intimidating, with not giving off the same energy now. She seemed a lot like unsure of herself.
Yeah,
And
very unsure, very kind of like weak. It kind of
yeah,
felt like I don't know, just kind of too all over the place. And I
yeah.
feel like the MCU has had this problem with Nick Fury too, where Nick Fury starting out was like the man,
Mhm.
like the coolest character on screen at all times. And now you're kind of like you're a little goofy.
Yeah,
I felt like they kind of took Val in that direction a little bit too.
I think so,
Not
yeah.
that far, but like I was
I'm
kind of
interested
like,
to see what she becomes when I'm assuming we're probably just gonna pick up the 14 months after. We're probably not gonna go back and like see that in between part. I'm assuming so because the next movie is Doomsday, right?
oh, right, right.
So
Is
I'm
it?
interested to see how she is when she's like the head of the Avengers, so to speak.
But she's not even the head. Like
Well, yeah, but she
Elena
kind of
literally
founded
went
it.
into
So I want to
her.
see what if she's even going to be a part of like the story much anymore. Because we got two
Yeah,
Avengers teams, we don't really need her.
I don't think she'll
true.
be a part of the Doomsday Secret Wars storyline, but I think she'll definitely be a part of whatever goes on after.
Mm-hmm.
Which, speaking of, what's going on with Doomsday now? I'm not going to spoil too much, but let's just say I think I have a good idea how Fantastic Four is going to end based on the post credits of this movie.
Yeah,
So it's going to be Fantastic Four on this Earth, this team, the new Avengers, um,
the other
Sam's
Avengers.
Avengers,
Yeah,
X-Men coming in from the Fox universe.
I don't think they're actually going to come in. I think they might be killed. Like they might literally make it like a appearance like a Multiverse of Madness. They might
Mm,
just be shown just to get killed by Doom
That's
or
literally
something.
maybe.
so much going on. Hey, remind me who's on Sam's Avengers as of right now?
Do we know?
We don't know.
Probably just everyone we thought would be on the Avengers.
I'm gonna guess of the people that we've seen announced for the cast: Shang-Chi, Black Panther,
Kate Bishop, Hawkeye,
um,
probably.
Kate Bishop hasn't been announced, has she?
She, I thought she was she not?
Speaking of Kate
Mm.
Bishop,
She should be in
uh,
the movie.
they recently released that Haley Steinfeld's going to be the lead in the next season of Hawkeye. I don't know if Jeremy Renner's going to be in it or what's
I have
going
to.
on.
I
Okay,
heard he
that I
wasn't
didn't
going to be in
realize
it.
that.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't know if he's going to be in it, but yeah.
so I actually just saw an article about this. Jeremy Renner, they offered him season 2. I think he declined it, or
Okay.
he at least
Yeah.
entered negotiations with them because they offered to pay him half of what they paid him for the
Oh,
first
that's so
season,
jacked up.
and he
Yeah.
was like, "That's literally messed up."
That is.
Like, so I hope they can figure that out because I don't. I think I'd like one more send off for him,
Yeah,
you
he needs it.
but yeah, it's just messed up. But yeah, so I don't know how this whole Avengers. I'm pretty sure in Doomsday, it's just gonna be like new Avengers. Let's all work together.
But there's
And
just
then
so
they'll deal
much.
with
Like, what's going on with
there's.
Thor and Hulk and his son?
It's
Like,
true.
there's just so much
Well,
that's
we can
like,
leave Hulk out of it. He don't have
Hopefully
to show up.
nothing. Hopefully nothing.
He's gonna get scared again. He's gonna get scared of Doom and refuse to come out. We don't need Hulk.
You stay at that nice family barbecue with Jen.
Yeah, bro, stay
You
over
guys
there with
have a
Jen.
great time. I wish
Please.
you all the best. I actually
Yeah.
hope She-Hulk comes back into some of these movies or anything.
Why? Why would you say
Because
that?
And ruin every second on screen.
no. Because I don't feel like the character was the problem. The story was. I think think about Ghost. Like we care so little about Ghost. Because why? In kind of a okay movie, but put in the right hands and in the right story, you can care about any character. That's all. Yelena, Black Widow. Come on, Black Widow.
I
That
loved her in Black
movie?
Widow. The movie wasn't good,
Exactly,
but she
but
was
the
great.
movie.
the movie was not
Fair.
good.
Well, that's fair.
Movie's
But
garbage.
anyway, I just don't know. It's hard to know what post Doomsday and Secret Wars is going to look like because it seems like they're setting up so much right now, but then it's all just going to be thrown and jumbled together
Right.
when we get to the movies. So are you just going to go back to Earth and be like, wait, who's the Avengers again? Or, I don't know.
So when is Secret Wars supposed to come out?
Next year.
Secret Wars or Doomsday?
Or whichever one's first.
Doomsday is next year. Actually, in about a
Summer,
month.
I think.
Or in about a year.
Less than a year. It's
Less
coming
than a year.
Less than a year. Dang.
Yeah, it has to get pushed back, bro. They just started filming.
So hold on. We get Doomsday next year, supposedly. Fantastic Four in July, which I think is going to be kind of the prequel to Doomsday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we get, I think, Spider-Man after Doomsday. And then Secret Wars. I don't think there's another movie.
Dang. And do we have any shows?
There's a lot of shows.
Yeah.
We still got Ironheart, Daredevil Season 2, Wonder Man. I think that's about it, though. Oh, and then some cartoons and stuff.
Okay.
But I think they're slowing down everything.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
They honestly need to go slow.
yeah. You guys want to give this movie our YONERD rating?
Let's get it.
Explain it real quick for the people, Jase.
Yeah, so on YONERD, we have our rating scale, and we'll throw it up on the screen here. But it's basically like a tier list. There's A, B, C. But at the top of our tier list, there's our Yo category, which is basically like an S tier. Like, if this was amazing, for example, I put Avengers Infinity War up on the Yo scale, obviously. But on the bottom side, below C, which would usually be like a D tier, F tier, whatever, we also have our Yo tier, which obviously is the same yo, but it's a different meaning. It's what are we doing kind of thing. We were just talking about She-Hulk. I put She-Hulk on the yo. But that being said, I'm gonna give this movie a solid A tier movie. I think it was amazing. I think the characters were amazing. Each individual character like working together, even though it was a team of sort of misfits. I think it was a much, much, much better version of like a Suicide Squad sort of movie. And I think they nailed it. I think they nailed the dynamic between the characters. So I'm going to give it an A.
Yeah. I am also going to give it an A. I thought it was a really, really strong film. Great story, very tight and well made. Looked great, great acting, like I said. I love the point that you just brought up, Jase, because I think everyone was like, oh, this is Marvel's Suicide Squad. But I love what they did where instead of it being all these characters are forced to work together by a U.S. government official person, it's they kind of flip that storyline. And it's all these kind of supposedly bad people choosing to work against the person trying to do wrong by them and inadvertently becoming heroes in the process. So I thought it was a strong film. It wasn't like, oh, the game changer Marvel film, like anything like that, but it was solid. It showed that Marvel can still capture what we all love about the franchise. And I thought it set things up well for the future.
I'm also going to be giving it an A. I have it like a low A though. Like it's very close to being a B plus for me. But
Okay.
I give it an A still. Really good movie, solid. Everyone was really good in it. There wasn't a bad character. I wish it was like 20 minutes longer.
Mm.
I felt like it was really short. Like when they all meet up, after that, it's honestly like really it goes by quick.
It was a quick movie. It
Like they
didn't feel like
break
a
out,
4-hour movie.
Bucky catches them, they go to Val, get beat up, they go
It's
into the
true.
void, done. Like that was
Yeah,
it.
It's true.
So I would have liked for there to be like at least 20 minutes more, but for a 2-hour movie, it was pretty good.
it was quick. Yeah, that was good. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Yo Nerd. If you like the video, leave a like below. Or if you're listening on Apple Music or Apple Podcasts rather, or Spotify, make sure to leave us a 5-star review. It means a lot to us. And also check out our socials, TikTok, Instagram, and we'll see you guys next time.